Hello there, Opethians.
Hi. Hey guys.
Hi.
It's Lauren here. Welcome back for more Opeth. So, I had an unfortunate thing happen. I've been having some new copyright issues because, of course I am. And one of the videos affected was when. So now I don't know when you will be seeing when. Hopefully you will be seeing it next month. And it won't be one of those you'll never see it kind of things, because that was a lot of fun. Freaking son, it's going to be one of those videos. You know, surprise demon. I knew he was coming, but I didn't know when. So that was a fun surprise. Hey, it's me. I'm back. Demon has returned. It'll give you something to look forward to. Put it on your schedule. And YouTube was not helpful at all. It's like I was asking them to explain the meaning of life. I think they will hire anyone. So if you have zero experience, if you've never ever been on YouTube, you've never heard of YouTube, you can't spell YouTube, you could probably get a job here. Because I'm irritated, I'm going to do a video instead of a song. This is one that kept popping up on my homepage. I've seen someone do this. I don't know who it was. So we're just going to hang out with Mikael today and see what's in his bag. And hopefully that will be a good use of your time. He is just so classy. I just heard him say hi, guys, and I paused it. Here we go.
Hi guys, this is Mikael from Opeth. I'm at Amoeba Records in Los Angeles, and this is what's in my bag. First record in the pile, Linda Perhacs. This would be like a new album, I'm a Harmony. She put out a record called Parallelograms in 1970.
His voice is so fantastic. I love his accent. But anyway, I'm just going to call it right now that I'm not going to know a single person.
On a label called Cap Records. Just disappeared, you know, so nobody knew about her. And I had a friend who's now passed called Michael Piper, and he reissued that record on CD, mastered from a vinyl copy because he couldn't find her. And it said in the CD, if anybody knows the whereabouts of Linda Perhacs, please contact me because we got royalties and stuff for her. And he finally found her. She was working as a dental hygienist here in LA. At that time I was a big fan and we were coming over to play. So she came down to the show. She's a lovely hippie lady. She talked so quietly. I had to like, what? And we even nicked some of her like music for like the intro. So she would hear her own music in a big PA system, and the rest was pretty brutal death metal. But she loved it, and we remained friends ever since. Every time I'm here in LA, she usually comes to the shows. But like I said, this would be a new record. I don't know, I can't see anymore.
There's an ad. It'll give me a moment to tell you that his voice is incredibly intoxicating. Holy crap.
You all right?
I'm okay. Woo! I need a drink.
Coltrane, the
I've
Lost
heard of
album.
That. I haven't
heard
of
it.
that.
Both me and my girlfriend are big fans. I love like the Love Supreme, Ole, those records. But then he went spiritual and put out a couple of records like Om and Ascension. Horrible. Dream Theater, they're friends of mine.
I've heard of them.
This would be their first album.
Heard of them.
It's not my favorite, but I picked it up because it's kind of difficult to find these 90s pressing on vinyl. It's a different singer than James Labrie. Mike Portnoy is still in the band here. They were really important for us, you know, to kind of find our own sound, I think. When this and the second album came out, we were still kind of a substandard death metal band. We were pretty shit, to be honest. And we didn't know where we were going. But I was kind of collecting, you know, picking up records in the shops, then secondhand vinyl for next to nothing. Came across bands like Yes and Van der Graaf Generator and King Crimson and stuff like that.
I know Yes,
and along
but
comes Dream Theater, who did that kind of stuff now, and with the metal thing. And I remember I got really interested in them because in the first video I saw, the singer had a Napalm Death t-shirt on. I was like, it's meant to be, because I love Napalm Death too. But like I said, this is not my favorite of theirs, but I'm getting this one anyway. Speaking of Van der Graaf Generator, here we are. This is original pressing from the UK, 1970 or 69. The least we can do is wave to each other. I love them. They're a prog institution to me. One of the early bands from the Brit prog scene.
They look
very
awesome.
Dark, menacing and evil, twisted prog rock with cool riffs and saxophones. Great record.
Gotta have a saxophone.
Univers Zero from Belgium. I don't have this one, but I have a bunch of other records with them. It's, I don't know how to describe this music. It's insane. Highly skilled musicians. They have like classical instruments, but also rock, like a rock band with some classical reeds, pretty much. Very obscure, apart from in Belgium, I guess. I picked up all my records in Belgium. It was like ABBA records in Sweden. Definitely worth a listen if you're tired of the regular radio, FM rock. Yeah, you're gonna die, pretty much. Priest, Judas Priest.
I've heard of them.
Sad Wings of Destiny.
Never turn your back on the rip-off.
It's a reissue of sorts, but yeah, it's got the same tracks on there. I don't know how many pressings of this one I have, but lots. One of my favorite records of all time. All of their records, I mean, they're still going, still great. But here they were a bit more progressive, which I like. Classic songs like Victims Changes, The Ripper, they still play those songs live. But great ballad, Dreamy Deceiver. This is a hated record, but not by me. People hate on this album like it's a piece of shit, even the band themselves. But I think they're wrong. It sounds like a Broadway musical, which I think was their intention. I read some interviews with Paul Stanley saying that they wanted to be accepted by the serious music journalists, you know. So they did this album, and I remember when I was a kid and got this one, it's the early 80s, 81 or something. I thought it sucked. But then, when I got older, I put it on for some reason. And it has some rocking songs like The Oath and Under the Rose is superb. It feels like I've been more inspired by this record than I'm willing to admit, actually. It's very theatrical. The Zombies, I mean, they're much more famous here than they were in Sweden, I think. Time of the Season is pretty much in every film. I loved the Beatles, but I wasn't too much into that scene. It was later on, maybe 2005, I got into the Zombies. Got this one and was blown away. It changed me, this record. As I'm sure many people here would say the same. We play this record as a reference for a good Hammond sound when we're in the studio. Great vocal harmonies and odd chord changes that he usually goes into like an unexpected major chord. I go like, nice. Stormwatch, Jethro. Steve Wilson played this record to me at his house. And I was like, I don't buy anything from Jethro Tull after 1975. He's like, well, you're missing out. And he played me this one, and it's got a song called Dun Ringle. Beautiful track.
Don't know that.
In the wee hours I need you.
I ripped them off a million times over the years. I emailed Ian Anderson once to try and get him to play flute on one of our records. He didn't reply. Oh. Fucker. He's my idol. I think he's a genius, and he's now he's still playing, but I think he's got like salmon farms. So he's rich, very rich. Miles and Porgy and Bess, my favorite record of his, the Buzzard song. We were talking about covering the Buzzard song.
It would be an honor to be...
I think it might be a good idea if we don't, to be honest.
To be insulted by Michael. Don't you think? And there's another ad here, hang on.
It's a Gershwin, thing, and I don't know how many copies I have of this one. But this is original, and it wasn't that expensive, so I'll probably just add this one to the rest. And we're ending with the masterpiece of all masterpieces, Scott Walker's third record. It's called Scott 3.
It's raining.
I got into his solo stuff when I was working in a record shop in Stockholm called Mellotron. And the first song is called It's Raining Today. So when it was raining there was no customers, and we put this on. It has rain sounds all through the song. And I was like, my God, that voice, that deep, soulful, beautiful voice. He's now passed, but I refuse to see that as he's still alive.
Wake up, Rosemary.
My favorite song on here is a song called Rosemary. But the whole album it's a masterpiece. Very close to my heart because I was with my dad and his dad, my grandfather. He was dying, my grandfather, and we spent some time in his house, like a week before he died. Everybody knew it's over, and we got to say goodbye and those kind of things, which was beautiful, and I'm happy I went. So it's just the three of us. And one night I was trying to sleep because it was sad, of course. And I was playing this record in my headphones, and a door opened, and I saw my dad come out with his dad on his shoulder. He was carrying him, not like he was carrying him to the bathroom, I guess. And I just watched them in silhouettes walk by, and it was magical as this album was playing. So I get shivers talking about it.
That's so
But
nice.
so it's very important to me. But even if you don't have those moments, this is a record for life. It's life, this record. One of my favorite records of all time.
Thank you
That's
so
it.
much. What was it like working at a record store?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I had 3 goals when I was growing up. Record shop, which I did. Guitar shop, did that too. And rock and roll superstar.
Done.
On my way. I got that job. I was hanging out there all the time anyways. And one day the owners like, can you watch for me while I go for lunch? And that's how I got the job, basically.
Nice.
And I never got paid.
What?
No, because I always took a record instead. I never got home with money.
How many copies of that do you think you have?
5 or 6?
Yeah.
Not that many.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah, but in comparison to my Beatles White Album,
How many copies of that do you have?
40.
Wow.
But they're all numbered, so each copy is unique.
What's the earliest number you have?
Only 6,000. But that put me back $500 or something.
Amoeba.
In some video, I'm sure I called him charismatic before. I think that's a good word for him. This video was probably choppy. My apologies for that, but I put the link in the description if you want to check this video out without me. Hope you enjoyed. But yeah, I think I could listen to him talk about anything. Elegant. I have a small record collection. It's not very epic at all. Kind of lame. But if that would be something you would be interested in, I could share some records. We could do that. Let me know in the comments if you'd be up for a record collection video. And maybe I could make that happen. Till the next video, have an awesome life, Opethians. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for being understanding and awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. But it just sucks. And I'm just so over it. I'm just over it. The whole copyright thing, just over it. You know what I mean?